those locked in the realm of matter. It gave them hope. Using love as a weapon, she was also demonstrating the proper use of sexual energy, which meant more bad news for the Matrix. Yes. The proper use of such energy enables one to tap into the spirit realm at will and manipulate or break certain laws that govern the Matrix. To counter that energy they put forth by Lauryn Hill, the Matrix flooded the mainframe with programs written for Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown, Trina, Missy Elliott. Each one of these female MCs' programming was void of love and dealt with the perverted type of sexual energy. This type of sexual energy generates no real power for the user, only more power for the Matrix. Lauryn reached the top of the Matrix when she received 5 Grammy Awards. She then did the unthinkable. She wrote her own exile program and vanished. Alright? Give it up. In the process, she forfeited millions of dollars, potential dollars, unlimited fame, which is what the Matrix uses to lure and trap its subjects. Yes. She showed that they couldn't control her. She walked away from millions and all of that. So the Matrix has no answer for that. Because that's what they're using to lure you in. The program is written on that. Alright? She gave it all up for the right to control her own life. So in essence, she defeated the Matrix. Even if at a later time she decides to reinsert herself, she has shown that she is a cut above any program that the Matrix can throw at her. The power of love can still be felt by millions. That album, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, son? Serious. Okay, so we want to, but she's also a part of the machine world. So we got to talk about, her being the actress and Matrix, and she produced it. Executive producers, Columbia Records. Supporting cast, Wyclef Jean, and Price. So we're moving right along. We're still painting a picture for you to show you these are just programs that's downloaded, and each one is very significant. I couldn't get them all, so all you rappers out there want to know why you ain't up there? Give me some time. We're not there yet. You haven't done anything that was significant. All right, moving right along. Master P and Cash Money. All right, with the machine world's 2 major cities, New York and LA, already on lockdown, the Matrix can now turn its focus to uncharted territory, the Dirty South. The energy in this region was ripe for downloading programs of control into the minds of the youth, and uploading one who can make it all possible, Master P. In an attempt to illustrate that they were more than just country bumpkins, Master P and his crew logged on and put the Dirty South on the map with hits about getting paid and slaying women in the process. This was a significant victory for the Matrix because the South has always been deep-rooted in spirituality and occult sciences, especially where they're from. They're from New Orleans. So any hip-hop that's coming out of New Orleans is supposed to be deeply rooted in some spiritual occult shit. Their lyrics are supposed to be, huh?
Oh, I'm listening. I'm just listening.
Oh, okay. So the Matrix said, no, we're going to reverse that energy and give you, what Master P and them and Cash Money was talking about. Okay, because they know if that's the region, where the magic is.
The voodoo.
The voodoo.
That's right.
And that magic, and then we got to counter that by giving you this nonsense. All right, so I want to make that really, really clear.
On a lower level, on a lower frequency.
Exactly. Especially New Orleans, which happens to be the birthplace for jazz, which is another form of music that was created and used to raise ourselves up. It wasn't uncommon to witness strange or mystical occurrences in this part of the South. And if there ever was one place that a spiritual messiah could rise through hip-hop, this was the place. All right, but Master P and No Limit Soldiers pulled its followers further and further away from their salvation by dropping album after album of the same old gangster music. They called themselves No Limit Soldiers, but they were obviously limited to a physical existence of materialism, sex, and violence. These niggas call themselves No Limit, but their limit was materialistic. Money, hoes, and clothes. That was their limit. But they call themselves No Limit Soldiers. Still not. They even had a soldier by the name of Mystical. But his actions proved that his existence was just an oxymoron. To add fuel to the fire, Cash Money millionaires grabbed the baton from No Limit and ran straight to the bank, cashing in on the same formula and programming of their predecessors. Baby and the crew seemed to pop out of nowhere as if it was well orchestrated by the puppet masters looking to push the envelope of materialism to even newer, higher levels. Cash Money did just that, from fancy cars to diamonds and furs and all that kind of stuff. Cash Money, well, you know what I'm saying? This is extremely troubling in the face of the poverty in black people, the poverty that black people are facing every day in this country. So listen, we know that New Orleans, the average salary down there was $8,000 or something. And they was making it. They was doing the best that they could do. And y'all rhyming with all these diamonds on and all this old nonsense, it don't make sense. We don't need to see that. You know what I'm saying? If you hungry and I got 15 cheeseburgers here and I'm not sharing them with you, and I'm telling you you ain't shit because you ain't got cheeseburgers. You know what I'm saying? Say it again?
You know what I'm saying? If you put people in a situation like that, you know what I'm saying? Like
nothing but bad things is gonna happen.
you know what I'm saying? That man eventually is gonna come after you.
Thank you. He gonna come because he want a cheeseburger. I got a cheeseburger with fries and milkshakes and shit. And he ain't got nothing. Wasting. I'm wasting. I got an abundance. I can't even eat all these cheeseburgers, but I'm not giving them to you.
But that's the mentality.
That's the mentality.
That's the mentality.
That's the mentality. And not to change the subject, so you know these people only made $8,000, whatever, and they was living on subsidies or something. When Hurricane Katrina came, the shit came on the 29th of the month. Ain't nobody had no money on the 29th. If you was on welfare, I grew up on welfare, I'm telling you. They gave us just enough for like 2.5, 3 weeks tops. That last week, you ain't got no food, you borrowing from somebody, you on the struggle. They did this shit on purpose. You had, you know what I'm saying, just enough to get by, and that last week was always tough. So think about the 29th of August, and they telling you, get out, you know what I'm saying, the flood is coming. Where you going? You ain't even got your check. At least hold the flood bush until, you know, the first. Niggas can get their check or something. Understand the science of that. They know what they doing, and they do it in a timely manner. Okay? All right, Master P, boom, boom, boom. I gotta show y'all this, you know, just throw it out there. We'll keep it moving, because we're running out of time, whatever the case may be. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Outkast and the Goody Mob.
Oh.
Yeah. Just everybody look at that. Focus on the dude in the middle. He's the one with the long blonde hair. And I love, let me keep it clear for the tape, I love Outkast's music. You know what I'm saying? But the image is important. Very important. You came here, why couldn't you have a fucking big ass afro with the medallion with the black fists? You know what I'm saying? Why couldn't you have that on or something? I could relate to that. You know what I'm saying? You got a blonde wig on? I'm confused, but let's read on. Let's see what this shit all about. All right. Before the Matrix upgraded the Dirty South version of its software to reduce Southern hip hop to nothing more than just pimps and hoes, the land of Atlanta, proved a couple of diamonds in the rough by the names of Outkast and their partners in rhyme, the Goody Mob. Outkast sent the system haywire by going against the program written to contain them by relying on the spiritual forces of those who came before this current paradigm in which we operate within. By tapping into the subconscious stream of the 70s soul groups, they have become the reincarnation of that energy. Okay, let's be clear. I can bring anybody back that I want to bring back if I tap into their music and their energy. I might not physically bring them back, but I can bring back as many warriors as I want. The ones who was writing that music in the 70s, Earth, Wind and Fire, and all them groups that was using all them. You ever see the album covers? All them album covers back then? They was breaking shit down. So I may not physically bring them back, but I can bring their energy back. So I don't have to fight this beast by myself. You see what I'm saying? By sampling, brought open up a vortex to bring them motherfuckers back. You know, and that's why they started cutting down on that sampling. Whoa. This shit is a teleport. These motherfuckers is baby motherfuckers. Like, yeah, through the music.
That's right.
And we as alchemists was tapping in, using it, adding our own energy to it, creating something else. They knew what's going on. They said, no, we got to start charging. And that's when all the scrutiny and all that shit came down with sampling. So, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, I want to say one thing about that is, most people that sample it, they would base their rhyme off of the lyrics in the song.
In the song.
Yeah.
That energy, you knew when you sample certain things that you was gonna, as an alchemist, add something else to it, and it kept the vibration going.
So the DJ had to listen to the lyrics
Right.
to get the sample.
Right.
Fight the Power is a perfect example.
Fight the power. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep that real. Fight the power, that beat. All right. Y'all still with me?
Yeah.
All right, by using such methods, Outcast and the Goody Mob can enlist an army of limitless ancestral energy as far back as ancient Kemet to help us destroy the Matrix. Because every music that we do is part of another music. It's all one. It's not something, it's all one.
It's one. It's a whole.
So there's ancestors that I never physically got to meet, or warriors, but whatever music we was doing in ancient times, the very next music came was an extension of that music, and an extension of that music. And so we can list them all the way back from Kemet. I just use the 70s as an example. I can tap into ancestral energy all the way back to Kemet. Bring you some real warriors in this motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? So that's what this is all about.
That's the originality there. That's
Yes.
why we tap into our originality.
Right.
And we do go with things.
Of course. I know what the hell I'm talking about. I just try to come out here so I can talk some nonsense to y'all. No. The name Outcast suggests that they may have been cast out or have cast themselves out of a place, or in this place, a program called the Matrix. Lucifer was cast out of heaven because he went against the system. Now, I would never liken Outcast to Lucifer in the traditional sense. But perhaps they named themselves such because of their knowledge of a system that was destroying our lives and they wanted no parts of it. Through their music, they became a beacon of light for those who didn't have the knowledge of goody, hip hop, and evil. So that's where the Goody Mob came in. So that tree of good and evil, you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing as Goody. I'm just trying to show you the connection of what's going on here. The name Goody has the word God in it, meaning once you understand who you are, that you are God, no system or program can ever contain you. Outcasts and Goody Mob have always rhymed from their soul and followed their hearts, and there's no program that the Matrix could ever write to combat that. When you're writing from in here, you tapping into something. They could never write a program to counter that. All right, Goody Mob. Executive producers, the Dungeon family, supporting cast, yada, yada.
Oh, you got
Tang. So we gotta do it, man. We gotta do it. No, it's not all bad. It's not all bad. I'm gonna lay some things out for you. You know what I'm saying? I just wanna show you some things. All right, we go, Tom?
No, we good.
All right, so I'm almost done. I just want to, make sure we get through this. Wu-Tang entered into this hemisphere of the Matrix like thieves in the night, never revealing their true identities or purpose until the time was right. By them sliding in under the radar of the Matrix, they were able to set up the 36 chambers necessary to give birth to the one thing that could annihilate the Matrix on contact, knowledge of self. Their first album was called Into the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers. 3 and 6 is 9, which was the number of members that Wu-Tang plugged into the Matrix with. In the Supreme Mathematics, which are the lessons that they came on with, the number 9 represents birth, all right, or completion. This signified that the first part of their mission, which was to touch down and set up a network inside of the Matrix, was complete. All right, where am I? Right. Their next group album was brought, the third group album was brought almost brought the Matrix to its knees. Since they were speaking in the language of the matrix, which is numbers, they had to send encrypted messages using mathematical equations that could only be solved by those who were on that particular frequency. The next album was called the Wu album, or the W album, which is the 23rd letter of the alphabet. But in supreme mathematics, 2 equal wisdom and 3 equal understanding. When you add 2 and 3, you get the number 5, which means power. Okay, Wu-Tang now possessed the power to make change, and this was evident in the content of the W album that wasn't present in the first 2. Their first album represented the number 1, which is knowledge in supreme mathematics. When you combine up the 3 albums, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, when they raised the flag of Islam, they began to teach the babies. All right, that's what I'm trying to say. All right. All right, where am I? All right, the Matrix went to war with them by shutting them down and shutting down their access to the machine world via radio play, magazines, and all that. But it was too late. Like a splinter cell, the original 9 factions of the Wu had already received their instructions and moved in different directions, infiltrate many different programs in the process. Some of them went commercial, like Method Man. Some of them went old school, like Ghostface. Some of them went street, like Raekwon. Or some of them went underground, like Jizza, Master Killer, and U-God. RZA continued to teach, and ODB appeared to be out of his mind, but there's definitely a method to his madness, all right? So what I'm trying to say is, they came in under the 36 chambers, splintered out, you know what I'm saying? And we can only hope that they would join forces back together and make some things happen. But without ODB, I don't know, because he was the heart of that. ODB was the heartbeat of the Wu-Tang Clan. Remember, you can never defeat the gods, all right? So, Wu-Tang Clan, Matrix RZA, Producers Loud, supporting cast, the Wu-Tang, and the Killer Bees.
Oh.
Okay, that's what I want to hear. Let me hear it. All right, Eminem. All right, for years, the Matrix has been on the lookout for a hip-hop savior. Not one offering the red pill that could free the people, but one who would serve as a reverse Neo that was armed with the blue pill to help the Matrix keep the illusion going. This reverse Neo had to have the power to indoctrinate millions of white people into a system that was initially designed to enslave and control the originators of hip-hop. In the past, the Matrix has tried diligently to manufacture its own Neo, a white rapper, who appeared authentic to the principles of hip-hop with superior rhyme skills that would be accepted by those of the originals, but to no avail. The search would end when Dr. Dre, the reverse Neo, found the one he had been looking for and offered him the blue pill. His name was Eminem. So Dr. Dre is the reverse Morpheus.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
And I think Morpheus
Yes.
going in, finding the one who can save us, think of reverse Morpheus. Looking for a white boy who can further enslave us.
Yes.
Okay, so Dr. Dre offered him the blue pill. Blue eyes, blue pill. Y'all still with me? I'm almost done. I'm almost done.
Yeah.
All right. Where am I? All right. This is not to say that Eminem didn't love and respect hip-hop and was doing it from the heart, which he wasn't. But as I mentioned earlier, your cause can easily be used to further someone else's agenda. Eminem, listen, he may have thought he loved hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? He respected it early on, and he was just out there in the trailer park rhyming. And that was his interpretation of what hip-hop was.
Exactly.
Somebody else saw something else so they can use him for a greater cause. So he became an agent of the Matrix, not even realizing it. Throw him on a platform, you know what I'm saying, and give him the world. Now I'm going to show you how white people who couldn't enter hip-hop or any other realm but the economics, they was able to enter in now because he opened the door.
So I was thinking about that too, though.
Yes.
I feel he was a plan, and this is why, because I'm into underground hip-hop. What they don't tell you is his style is what most people rhyme like in Detroit. There's a whole crew in it.
Yeah.
Right.
And there was
Royce the 5'9".
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, Royce the 5, if you listen to Eminem's first album, the lyrics were very fly. And then I personally think Royce da 5'9" wrote that because it sounds like him. If you listen to any other album, it's a whole different vibration.
Right.
And I think they basically had him write the lyrics because nobody even knows who Royce da 5'9" is. And now he's the greatest MC.
Of all time, right? All right.
Thank you.
In the Matrix. The arrival of Eminem signified the last days of hip-hop. White people had already claimed the economic dominance of hip-hop since they were the ones reaping all the financial rewards of our hard work and labor. But through Eminem, they could now claim the culture itself. They were no longer considered outsiders just purchasing our music, but through Eminem, they could now set up shop and partake in its future. A future that will lead to its ultimate demise. This multicultural, can't we all get along bullshit has stifled our ability to assess the spiritual properties of hip-hop needed to assist us in reaching the elevated states. I'm not with all this multicultural, can't we all get along shit. I'm sorry. And I don't care who like it and who don't like it. All right? White people, listen, I was in a club last night, we was doing some nigga shit all week. We was up in the club, getting our hip-hop on. Now, the club was decent in terms of the music. They was playing all the stuff from the 80s, and it was beautiful. But I looked around me, and there was tons and tons of white people. And they was just like, hey, we here, we doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, on certain levels, we have allowed them to participate. So now, they can get in the club with you, drain your energy. See what I'm saying? They're draining your energy while they're there dancing with you. Be careful of the white people around you and stuff like that.
But Doc, even when you invite people over to your house, you don't let them go in all the damn rooms.
Of course not.
You go in the living room, the entertainment room,
I'm
the
glad you said
basement.
it.
That's it. You see what I'm saying?
Give me up that. When you allow people in your house, you don't let them go in every room in your fridge and all that. You don't do that. All right? So there's certain levels of hip-hop that they're not allowed to deal with. When I start breaking down the 4 elements, earth, air, fire, water, and the 5th element being that black, that's the spiritual realm of hip-hop. That's what I come to bring to you. Now, if y'all just want to talk economics and all of that, we have allowed them to deal with that. So white people, if you dancing and you enjoying the music, that's the living room. There's other parts of the house that you can't go into.
Right.
So for those who want to deal with hip-hop on a spiritual level, you alchemists out there who want to put them elements together and we can rise above where they can't get. I told you they can't get there. They're going to sit and wait for you to bring it back down. Now when we bring it back down, if we don't have control of it through our own channels, it goes right into something for them. It goes right into the bottle. It's like they just got that bottle, filling up another cat, bring me another bottle. This is their creativity. We're going to be rich forever. Because it's an endless flow. The rain don't stop coming. They just keep coming and coming and coming. That's who we are. That's how we do it. So when you invite people in, especially white people, they got to, white people got to stay on the lawn. That's right. I'll bring the bill out to you. What you got? Wait. That kind of shit. All right. The energy is too diluted now, right? Meanwhile, Eminem is robbing our culture blind of all of its resources, physical and spiritual. And when his story is written, he will be considered the king of all kings, a blonde-haired, blue-eyed savior. When you put on your dark glasses and start decoding, we see that the way Eminem is portrayed is similar to the way that another blonde-haired, blue-eyed savior, Jesus Christ, who millions of black people worship. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
D12, 12 disciples. Okay, when you see D12, think 12 disciples. And Eminem is always at the head of the table, giving off his life so that they may live. It's all symbology. Watch it. Fuck does D12 mean? There's only 5 of them. Right. I can count. No.
I know one of them. They said it's supposed to be
like a dual personality.
6 of them with 2 personalities.
Yeah. That's what it's
now
supposed to be.
The double.
That's the shit. See, that's the answer they the public answer they give you. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, when they ask you who we are, it's 6 of us, and we have dual personalities. The symbolic meaning behind it is something totally different. Because I got 2 names. I'm Black Dot. But people who don't know what that means, I say it's the period after every sentence. Because after I speak my piece, there's nothing else to be said. So. Those who understand what's going on, I don't have to explain who the fuck I am. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta do that. Because white people gonna say, so what does your name, the Black Dot, mean? Well, it's basically that period at the end of the sentence. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand what's going on with these people. Eminem's group, as I broke down at D12, all right. His record company name is Shady Records. Could this be an indication that something is not right? Or could the shady represent the gray area in which Eminem has led hip-hop into following this multicultural program? White people, black people, gray. Shade. Shade. They needed Eminem for a purpose. And they used him for that. And listen, when you spell his name backwards, the shit say Mini-Me. When you spell Eminem backwards, the shit is pronounced Mini-Me. Because he's grafted, he's not the original.
No.
Okay? Spell a nigga name backwards, and the shit say Mini-Me. Alright, so we want to throw that out there. Actors, alright, keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it together. Ooh.
Oh no! Yeah. Say it, brother. Say it. not like him at all.
Gotta deal with it.
You know, I got that one. Not like him at all.
Gotta deal with it, right? And then all right, we're gonna have to do another part to this.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm just really scratching the surface on this. I got tons and tons of stuff. All right. He ruled the underground like Osiris ruled the underworld. He was shot 9 times by another brother, scattered in the street and left for dead. That's the Osiris story.
That's right.
14 pieces scattered his body all over the place. I'm just trying to show you the connection. This ain't nothing doing this. We continue to come back and back and back. Now, he may not know that he could have represented who Osiris was in hip-hop. You follow me? Because he was king of the underground. You follow? The way Osiris is king of the underworld. All right? So let's keep that clear. All right. He pulled the pieces of his life back together, Osiris, even resurrecting his career in the process, proving that he has an immortal trait within him that can be activated in a time of crisis. Anytime you get shot 9 times, I'm not glorifying it, and you live, you a soldier. We all have that immortal trait that runs within us. Okay, it just happened in that fight or flight time, it gets activated.
Yeah.
If a car run over my son, guess what? I pick that shit up.
Yeah.
You've known to been doing some incredible things when you had to. Oh shit! I don't even know I did that. I've run so fast sometimes, niggas start shooting, boom, boom, boom. I'm 3 blocks down. They don't know how I got there. Shit, let niggas start shooting. Whoa, I be done ran so fast, I ain't never ran so damn fast. But that melanin kicks in, we do what we have to do. He got shot 9 times and survived. It's not nothing to glorify, but it's just showing you the immortal trait. Now that scares the hell out of white people. Yeah, bro, what you got to say, Kyle?
Let me go back to the Eminem thing. So you saying that it's not right for hip hop to be multiracial or something?
I'm saying only certain levels of it. For entertainment purposes, perhaps they can enjoy the music. In terms of us using hip hop as a spiritual weapon to raise ourselves up, they are not invited there at all. First of all, they can't process anything spiritual. So even if I show them the spiritual scribes,
They can only tear it down.
they can't vibrate there. So why even participate? You only gonna make my journey harder. It's like carrying a goddamn 50-pound book bag over here.
Like rock and hip hop together like that.
No, my sister, rock, we created rock. We created all that. You know what I'm saying? They vibrate on that frequency now more than we do. Because once we create something, we birth it. We move on.
Yeah.
Right, instead of cultivating.
Yeah, instead of cultivating it. Listen, hip-hop is our baby. We birthed it. And just like the state, if you don't take care of your children, the state will come in and take your child. Okay? And that's what they did to hip-hop. We birthed it. you know, the whole 9 yards, and we left the child neglected. We wasn't feeding it or nothing. The state came in and took it over. You understand what I'm saying?
Hey, Doc, you know something that people gotta realize too? It's not necessarily just that. Before they can take it, they gotta treat the vibration. And see, what people gotta understand is when they sample, those samples were acoustic instruments that activate the chakra system.
Yes.
So in order for them to take over, they had to synthesize the
Right.
sound.
So they synthesized the sound by moving us from analog to digital. That was one of the processes.
And digital cannot operate.
Right.
It's a sample of a reality.
Exactly. So they created all of that stuff so that they can come in and take it over.
They can come in there around.
Yes.
The drum,
Like you
the
said,
drums is
like we're
so.
a lot of G trying to say about rock, like how they made certain tracks, like how the Gorillas have done with De La Soul and joined with them, made their own tracks, and like Run DMC did with Aerosmith. I mean, how does that play into this?
Well, Run DMC did with Aerosmith, I didn't really like too much because when you play Walk This Way Backwards, like I said in my other lectures, the lyrics say Hail Satan. So when you're dealing with certain white people, walk this way, play backwards, you go, Hail Satan, Hail Satan.
Right.
So walk this way and hail Satan. Understand the message is being delivered in the music. So before you, it's all there. So, and they just did that. In my opinion, Run DMC, Rick Rubin and them was doing all that because they wanted to open a gate to allow white people in. Real hip hop, we didn't use them kind of rock sounds. Even though we created it years ago, we was using and then they came with a rock vibration. So Run DMC opened a lot of doors, but they was using somebody else's key. You know what I'm saying? And when they opened that door, they opened it to a rock vibration, and white people were able to begin to comprehend a little bit what hip hop was. You see what I'm saying? So we got to be real careful. As a matter of fact, at this point, we'll do a quick question and answer because I got so much stuff. We'll be here forever.
Read the book.
I just want to interject that you were talking about singing the words backway, the lyrics backway. Most of the white artists like Mick Jagger and Rolling Stone, they're devoted Satanists.
Right,
Yes.
right.
So if you study the music, you know, and a lot of the hip hop artists and the dancehall reggae artists, they also get into Satanism as well.
Yes, yes.
So my question is, I noticed, I just got late, I don't even know who you are. My name is Adrian. You're talking about hip hop, which is a part, one element of the African culture. Okay? What I want to say to you and I want to ask, or anybody can interject. It's not only in hip hop. Okay? They do it in all African music.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because they completely neutralize reggae music.
Right.
When they kill Bob Marley, Peter
What?
Tosh.
What? Say it again. Say it again, brother. Say that again. When they kill who?
Bob
Bob
Marley,
Marley, Peter
Bob Marley,
Tosh.
Peter Tosh, and
Yes.
they bring and they brought Yellow Man and Patch
And all of that.
Yes.
Yes. That was neutralizing an energy
Yes, it was.
of people. See, once they recognize
anywhere
it,
in the world they go.
we at war.
Just a minute. Bob Marley and Stevie Wonder was coming together.
Look at that.
Real
Look
cool.
at that.
They neutralized that. The week after, Bob Marley went to Basilica Square and have over 100,000 people, right in Italy. And they couldn't take that shit, so they have to take him out. There's a whole bunch of reasons. He gave money to the Zimbabwe
Yeah.
gorillas to chase the English
he
out
was
of
political
Zimbabwe.
and everything.
So after he did that, the CIA put an X on his back.
Of course.
They
what
did it
I'm
to
talking
Fela Kuti.
Yes.
Fela Kuti.
Fela.
Fela
So
Kuti.
I'm saying,
Before in Nigeria, they had to shut him
Right.
down.
All
They
I'm
told him
saying-
stop playing music.
I'm
They
saying-
didn't stop playing music
Young brothers and sisters,
before they
thank you.
caused
Everywhere they go,
war.
man,
We
they fuck
are
everything up.
at war.
War.
right.
Yes.
And it's
And
not
they're- and we at war in the music.
Yes.
Everything we do, they at war with us, and they're trying to counter everything we do. They shut Public Enemy down with
Yes.
NWA.
Yes.
I'm
Wow.
telling you, everything we do, they counter it. Our music is never just to just dance to and have a good time. Even though I was on some nigga shit earlier in the week. What's that shit they got going on out here? You know, I was hitting my nigga on, but we use it for something much more powerful when we're using it in its proper context. We don't have that no more. Ain't nobody coming out saying nothing no more.
Nothing.
I just want
And
to.
it's disgusting. Yes,
I
brother.
just want to conclude. Like I'm saying, you're concentrating on hip hop and the school, but speaking from the roots rock reggae, which has always been a revolutionary music and always bucked the system. Lately, for the past 10 years, we've been having some strange fruits coming out. The Bean Man, the Elephant Man, you know, the Shaggy.
Yeah.
There's some strange people, man.
Yes. And now they're fusing the hip hop with the reggae.
Man,
You know what I'm saying? Or their version of it.
there's some strange.
I'm speaking about hip hop because that's what has our youth out here, and they all screwed up with this hip hop or this shit hop as I call it. It's not hip hop, it's shit hop. You know what I'm saying? So I'm compelled. I had to come and speak about it in a nature in which we can understand who we are as a people.
That's cool.
And we don't just make music.
That's all I'm saying, though. I don't mean to interrupt.
Yes.
Is that's cool, and I embrace that. So that's why we're having the Cultural Consciousness Collective. We're bringing all the elements of African music together.
Oh, excellent.
This is what I'm saying. Professor Griff is gonna co-host the hip hop section. This is what I'm saying. But what I'm saying to everybody is that it's not just hip hop. Last, the enemy is attacking us from every realm. That's what I'm saying.
That's my question to answer. Yes, sir.
Do you know anything about these European hip hop kids that are they're spitting race hatred lyrics, but they're calling it the new conscious hip hop now on the outskirts of America? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be talking about that soon too?
Yes, I'm gonna address it soon. They some skinheads.
Yeah.
They're skinheads and they on some German Hitler shit. And they feel that it's their right to say that because, listen, once we allowed them into the living room and we didn't pay attention and watch them in the living room, now they're all over the house. As the brother just said, so now they feel it's their right to use that vehicle that we created to further their own cause. They say, listen, wait a minute, black people not using it to talk black power shit no more. Let's use it to talk white power shit. That's how you reverse the energy from one polarity to the next.
Okay, how are we gonna get our youth to grab that back though? Because they're calling this the new conscious hip hop all around the world. You see what I'm saying? How are we
gotta counter it.
Yeah, how?
We have to begin with lectures like this, and brothers bring out some elders who understand what hip hop is really about.
Okay.
And we have to bring that essence of this back. You know, at like the soccer games over there, they throwing bananas at black people, and they allowing us to have it. Calling us monkeys every time we touch the ball. So it's spreading. This is spreading faster than you can imagine. Soon this is going to be biting us in our ass even more so. So we have to counter it, and we cannot counter it using the devil's weapons. If you're gonna fight him on his terms, he wrote the program for all that shit. You think you're gonna he downloaded the program, but we shall once we did that, they wrote the program to counter that, put the cops 30 feet away, this and that, cut the street off, this and that. They got a system for that shit. And they download the program every single time. We have to come at them unconventionally or in methods that favor us. We gotta tilt the scales in our favor. Next question. Yes.
First of all, I want to commend you for the research you did.
Thank you. Thank you.
Second thing I want to say was, due to the fact of what's all said, like for the MCs now that's coming up, we talk about different avenues. What are different avenues now? Because I'm an MC myself. My name's Jay Black Knight.
Well, for me, I'm gonna say this: you have to determine what success is for you. I explained this yesterday in a private lecture with Griff. I was saying, if they write the program called Success, and this is the program called Success, and at the top is 4 women, 5 cars, 3 houses, BET, you all over the world, iced out. If that's what success is to you, then they write and control each and every path you can use to get to success. So they can make you a thug rapper, thug homo, you know what I'm saying, criminal shot 9 times. All of these programs, so if you're going to allow them to determine what success is for you, they control your destiny. But success could also be selling 10,000 copies on your own at $8 a pop. That's 80 grand. You see what I'm saying? And you're getting your message out, and nobody can tell you how, you know what I'm saying, to put your message out. Do you know $80,000 is a nice piece of change?
Yeah.
Shit, I grew up on welfare. $80,000.
I'm putting together an independent label myself now.
Oh, okay.
So that's in the work, and I feel you on that most definitely. But
Nah, me too.
you don't find a lot of people that want to make a collaborative effort. Like for the industry, they make an effort together to make movies. But we have meetings and things of that nature. But when it comes down to the music, a lot of the bands don't get together with the MCs. The MCs don't get together with the bands. So where is the resources to actually make that collaborative effort? Just that ability to come together, basically.
Well, first of all, the ability to come together ain't got nothing to do with resources. That's what brothers and sisters getting on the same accord and saying,
you know, people are
yeah,
resources.
you know, 'cause the Willie Lynch program is everywhere. So two brothers can't get together for a common cause. It don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So in that sense, it ain't got nothing to do with resources. It's about saying, listen, you got a drum machine, I got rhymes, he do artwork, he's a web designer. That's how it gets started, and let's keep it moving on that realm. You know what I'm saying? And you don't need no, listen, you get your community. One thing about the Dirty South, these brothers get the community behind them. Whenever you selling 40, 50,000 out your trunk, that's community support. So you can get support down here. And you get a lot of them artists, they sell 100,000 every year on their own out of their trunk, and then they want to sign with the music label anyway. And get raped. You see what I'm saying? Because you got to decide if you want the fame or the money. Because you can have the money without the fame. But brothers want that fame. And then they sell out and get raped. Next question. Yes.
So, I just want to make a statement that people understand the essence of music. When you go back to Africa, what you dealt with the elements, anytime Africans went to war, they started out by the drum. And if you listen to all the music he played, the essence of hip hop had a drum roll. There was no bass line, there was no nothing. So if you're not taking advantage of that, they're using this as a weapon on us. They're sounding off their drums, our drums on us. You know?
Very key. Next question. Got me some questions. Yes.
Yeah, one of the ways, like you were talking about how hip hop is affecting our youth. We know that whether the elders like it or not, hip hop, what they're calling hip hop in there, which is really the entertainment version of it. What are some of the strategies that just the average people can use to counter that in their communities and their schools? What are some of the ways, like you pointed out the strategies in your presentation, how can they be applied to the larger community?
A very good question. We need to really get back into the streets. We really roll up our sleeves because we like neo-political people now. You know, we like so futuristic, we internet political people now. Hit my website, nigga. Oh, nigga, I'm not coming out to march, you know. I'm not coming out to the internet now, nigga. Get my message through the internet. Yo, kill. Just getting that message through the internet now. We gotta get back out there. And we gotta link up with them people, and we gotta use hip hop and reverse the polarity of it. Professor Good got this Kid Hoppers thing out where he's taking and showing you how you can teach through hip hop. That's what we need. We need to create a hip hop curriculum.
Exactly.
That's it. You know
That's
what I'm saying? We have the people who can do it because I can teach my 17-year-old son more if I spit some bars on them that made sense as opposed to teaching them through some linear process, because we didn't learn like that.
Exactly.
That's linear process teaching. That's not how we learn. We live it, we experience it, we get out, we do it. You know what I'm saying? Them kids can know them lyrics to them damn rap songs and know the secret codes on PlayStation, BBAA, BBBB.
Yes.
And they can use this hand-eye coordination faster than you can imagine.
Yes.
I play PlayStation with my son. He don't teach me all of the sideways shit. All the secret codes and shit that he know. I'm saying, yo, how come you ain't tell me I can do that? The shit all BBA to AB, and they do this shit fast. Which means to show you that the potential is there for them to learn. We gotta put it out, and we can't put it out through their system. We gotta put it out like this on the underground. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stealth this. We gotta walk from, and we gotta build a so-called chitlin circuit in each and every town we go to. We up in the Lush Cafe right now. I'm supposed to be able to go from the Lush Cafe to another cafe in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? People, and this is how we bridge it and keep it along so we can pass what we do here on to them and so forth and so on. If we're using their medium, if we're gonna use the matrix, television, DVDs, all that kind of stuff. If we're gonna ride their frequency, we're using their program. They can shut us down anytime.
Right.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So let's be clear with that. Yes.
When I talked about resources, I actually was talking about people, like real resources for each
Oh,
other.
people. Oh, my
And,
bad, bro.
no, it's all good. How many in here do production? Anybody in here do production? All right, I'm gonna get with both of y'all. Anybody else? You will write your number down and I get it, cause I'm an MC and I look for production. You don't find people producing things with that hip hop flavor. It's more so other instruments, a lot of different stuff. I like the trumpet and the violin, the strings.
Okay.
David, he come with that spirit with what? That violin. You understand? That trumpet. Our children of Israel, they blew that time of war, time of gathering. Our ancestors used different instruments, so we always been into instruments. You
So
know?
let me add on to that. So now we had a chitlin circuit, as they called it back in the day when the jazz bands and they had, broken little smoky jazz clubs, whatever. If we had a chitlin circuit, chitlin, I can't even say the word, it makes me goddamn section. But what I'm trying to say is, if we had a circuit in place, a brother like this, if he's putting out a message and we endorse that message, we love what he's doing and so forth and so on, and we got a 50, 60 city chitlin circuit, this brother could sell 30, 40,000 copies just rocking the circuit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we have to get into. If you got something teaching, we got a circuit for you, brother. You going on tour. It's a 60 city tour, but it's a chitlin circuit tour. So it may not be big arenas, but we can move you from city to city with brothers and sisters like this who want to get this information, and you can survive. Listen, when I wrote this book,
Hold the book up so they can see it.
and you can get a copy. I got plenty here. When I wrote this book, I told my queen, I'm a bus driver that's what I do in the daytime and shit like that. I told my queen, I said, listen, if I can make what I make driving a bus with this book, that I'm out. That's success to me. I'm good because I just don't want to get off my ass every day and deal with that hustle and bustle. I'd rather get up every day and do something for me. So I'm not trying to sell 1 million, 2 million. If it happens, so be it. But if I can make what I make work for him, working for myself, I'm good. That's success, and it's a program of success that I wrote. Success. Listen, the last shall be first. Be careful when you see them homeless people on the street, and you stepping over like that little smelly nigga and shit like that, and you stepping over and disrespecting. Understand, in Katrina, during the Katrina's time, who was the most equipped people to deal with that shit?
The homeless, because they ain't have no home to lose.
These niggas can live 3 and 4 days. Here it is, we can't, if I don't eat when I leave this listen, you know how we come, even in our brokenness and being poor, we high on the hog, because we got a little spot to go into and shit. These people are trained to eat once a week if need be, the weather, this and that. They became the front line. So you gotta respect people, and you can be homeless because by choice. You know how many people are homeless by choice because they don't want to deal with the so-called matrix. They let you deal with that shit. You follow them? So they don't have no credit card, they ain't got no mortgage, no car notes. And the funny thing about it is, and they eat well.
I do security in the mall. They get the garbage for them, they do little things, and then here I am busting them up. And they eating shrimps left over.
This is what
They
I'm saying.
eating real good.
And the thing about it is,
Like,
you saying to yourself, there's no way they're gonna survive. And every day,
They survive.
you're right there. Same nigga right there every day. Me and this homeless nigga got something in common. And I'm going to work, he out there like, look at this young. But he's still here. So don't tell me we can't make it if I don't have 5 cars and a diamond necklace. And don't tell me you can't make it, rapper, super producer. Don't tell me you can't make it off, you know what I'm saying, a budget. Come on, we surviving people. We've been here, we gonna be here. Next question.
Baby's kids.
That's right, next question.
I had a question about the programming. I have the independent think tank that I started here in Atlanta. And it's, we create African-centered programs. And what we'd like to do is bring hip-hop programs and maybe work together with doing interactive software that will help the children be able to download this information and bring it to the education circuit.
Yes.
You know, I mean, on the underground, because
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can't, I mean, we're independent. So what we do from city to city and link up each city through the creative arts, whichever way we're going to do it. you know.
Yes.
So that's what we're hoping.
Well, I'm in. Just tell me what you need me to do, where you need me to be,
All right.
and I'm in. Anything progressive, say it again.
We'd like to create avenues for you to do this again in front of you.
Beautiful.
good.
Beautiful. Not a problem.
Basically what needs to happen.
So I'm definitely with it. Next question.
You got a number you could put on the
Oh,
tape?
yes. Reach the Black Dot at 917-292-6769.
Your website?
Website, www.matrixofhiphop.com. Reach me. I get calls from all over the place. And people talk to me like that, and I'm like, yo, what's up? What's good? I'm like, where you at, man? You see, I'm in Austria. I get emails from Berlin. 917-292-6769. Next question.
What's up? You see any strong, positive, feminine energy coming out anytime soon?
in
Because
hip-hop?
I mean, we need a lot more sisters representing.
Right now, they got a sister coming out of, I believe she's, where's she from? Her name is Penelope Jones, and she's talking about selling kilos. She done with Motown, by the way.
Talking about selling kilos?
Kilos of coke. And you know what I'm saying, she carried a gun and all that kind of stuff. So that's where it's at right now. Sorry to say, because I don't know no sister. It's a sister in London. What's the sister's name? I forget her name. I want to put it out there. I forget her name. It'll come to me. She's the only one that I heard is really trying to say something positive. Yes. Miss Dynamite. Miss Dynamite. There you go.
Say her name again?
Miss Dynamite. She's out of London. Isn't she out of London? Yes.
Whatever happened to that sister Nefertiti? Any
Nefertiti.
word on that? Ex-clan? I think she
Is that the one?
She started acting.
Is that what happened?
She left.
It's like before.
Oh, she started acting.
Right, but you know, as he talked about, you know, when certain people got shut down, people that, you know, maybe not have had the whole knowledge of the culture, they had to do what they had to do to still survive. So a lot of them went to, you know, just regular jobs and that they, as opposed to playing the game, to make you want to play.
Right, right. You have a choice.
Yeah. So
If you don't want to play the game, don't play the game. Go get a job.
They actually have one named Tyrese Phoenix or something like that. She was signed to Records. And she had her hair wrapped up, had scripts and everything. And I saw her perform on Money Love used to had a show on Metro. And literally I just never heard from her again.
Because they're not going to let that energy, that ain't going to let that energy come back.
But you know, also, let me just say this, on the same realm, you know, you have artists that we claim to love that are still making music that we're still not supporting.
Yes.
You know, like Public Enemy has one of the dopest albums out right now.
Yes. True.
And yet the people that call themselves conscious, I don't know whether they went out and bought it.
Right,
You gotta
right.
talk about it from both sides as well.
Right, and remember, if you're looking for real hip hop, it's not in the Matrix.
That's right.
Right.
You definitely gotta go, because I heard, I don't know if this is Karis One's last album, I was online and I heard some Karis One joints, and it brought me back, and I said, I didn't even know this was out. So if you're looking for real hip hop, step outside of the Matrix, support them artists, because they still here. Yes, in the back.
Excuse me, brother. I got here late. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it, but you dropping some heavy science.
Thank
Do you
you.
operationally define, because I hear this used a lot, how do you operationally define the Matrix? And is there any subliminal message from the movie, The Matrix, and how it ties into what you're talking about?
Ooh, that's very deep, because I wrote the book after watching those movies. And what I wanted to do was to show, because a couple of things happened.
Did you know a lady produced that movie?
Yes,
Do you know
Sophia
that?
Stewart.
Black
Sophia Stewart.
woman.
Yes, black woman produced it. Here's the thing. As I was explaining yesterday, no matter what level of consciousness you're on, when you watch that movie, it was dope. If you was just a nigga, it was dope. The karate scenes was dope. The graphics, the subliminal messages. And another thing, movies have a tendency to make you think a certain way. So I named my book The Matrix of Hip Hop, because when you say Matrix, they just go, oh, that's deep, that's so deep. You know what I'm saying? And I want them to think deep before they pick my book up. Because if you're not deep, don't pick it up, because you ain't gonna understand it. So I use that word, because it was a program, to say I want brothers to understand how deep this book is. I could have just said, yo, it's about hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And they'd be like, all right, it's probably, you know, talking about this and that. I use Matrix of hip hop because it's so, We could do a 10-hour lecture on the subliminals in the Matrix movies, part 1. Not even the whole series.
Right.
So it is something. When I say Matrix, I mean a multitude of things. You know what I'm saying? A construct, a womb, Ma. You know what I'm saying? The mother, tricks, an illusion. We've been birthed into an illusion. If you think that this was real hip hop, you know what I'm saying? And when I say programs, I just mean exactly that. These are different programs put in place to make us think that this is real, and we actualize it by the way, once we believe it's real, it becomes real. And it begins to control our lives. Machine world, when I say machine world, I mean radio, television, magazines, all of them outlets, those machines. And that is what controls our thought process. We all have an altar in our home called a television. And we sit there when times is rough, because you know if you on BET, that's black people heaven. Think about it. Everybody on BET is happy, having a good time, pushing cars and all. So when I want to know about life, you supposed to tap into your higher self. We tap into the TV. And the television, which is the altar, you know what I'm saying, tells us, gives us a vision of what we need to be doing, how we need to dress, how we need to think. We all go to the altar to pray.
So the matrix within a matrix.
It's a matrix within a matrix, bro.
But the proof of that is look where we placed our TVs. We sent our whole living room and bedrooms around the TV. I'm serious.
And
Right.
as an altar. So understand what's going on. And niggas will die and go to heaven. They will kill their soul to be on BET.
Hallelujah.
So they're willing to die to go to heaven, or so-called heaven.
And another proof of that is when you see MTV Cribs, I said in my mind, there's something up with this because all these cribs are clean. They new, ain't nobody got no library, ain't nobody got no books.
Except for Red
Ain't-
Man.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm serious, man.
And they even sued a couple of rappers because they didn't pay the bill for renting out those houses. So some of MTV raps. You know what I'm saying? Because they fronting. They all fronting. And that's not what hip hop is about. A dope MC is a dope MC.
Yeah, because if you bit off somebody back in the days, oh, that was your ass. You can't bite no rhymes. Nowadays, you can just say whatever you want to say.
Yes.
I want to see, like, before you go on to other artists, I want my favorite artist, Kanye West. What do you think of him?
Oh, I was gonna say something about
Kanye? Okay, here we go.
You just let me have it, right?
Yes.
Kanye West got on television and made a comment concerning hurricane victims, and people thought that that was outstanding for him. People like me who don't watch television a lot, because I turned it off years ago. So when I saw that, I said, okay, well, that's good. He said something positive, you know. But then they turn around and I watched a clip maybe a month later of the Grammy Awards, because I don't watch TV now, so I didn't see it that night. They had this gentleman get up there, him and the guy, Jamie Foxx, and they were drum majorettes, you know? And they made such a spectacle of what blackness was. I couldn't imagine that same person making a revolutionary comment concerning Katrina, and then coming back, and they just totally, excuse my phrase, punked them out, like the way they did.
Well,
What is that? Tell me.
with Kanye,
I'm sorry.
okay, bro.
All right. The single wasn't revolutionary.
Okay, do that.
This dude just made a comment that
Just
everybody
made a
was talking
comment,
about. You know what I'm saying? And because it's him, you know what I'm saying, because he had that platform at the time, everybody's like, yo, that's so profound. Like, no, everybody,
And it wasn't.
anybody who's been under the system, I mean, it's everybody knows that Bush don't care about black people. I mean,
course.
It was like he said some genius shit. Nigga, tell me something I don't know. Now, here's the thing with Kanye. I'm glad Kanye didn't win at the Grammys.
Album of the year, you mean?
Album of the year. The reason why, because you don't need to beg people, white people, for acceptance. He kept saying, if I don't win Album of the year, I'm gonna be pissed. You know what I'm saying? That's like you begging white people for acceptance. Like that Grammy mean anything.
That was
It don't mean jack.
That was ridiculous.
So I knew they was gonna pull a strings Shit, George W. Bush might have put that call in. Yeah, this is George W. Bush. That Kanye, make sure you don't Kanye. You know what I'm saying? Kanye. So like I broke down last time, I'm not gonna read it into Kanye means.
Accountable. Jamie Foxx, these guys got to be made accountable.
No, they listen. Somebody's writing the script. That's what the script say do. That's what they do.
But we have to change the image. We cannot no longer let these people be icons.
Okay, you know what we gotta change the image at? We gotta change the image among real people in our hood. Because if our kids are still watching TV, we can't change that image. Because they control that image. And they can beam that image anywhere and everywhere they want to beam it and do what they want to do with it. So we gotta change the image in Zion, as I say, on the underground, on the forefront. We gotta change the image of who we are and build from there and teach them that this is an illusion. Because if we don't,
We need to have a day of all turn television off. Even if it's one day, let people.
you know something? Let me tell you something. I'm glad you said that because I turned the TV off at my house for 30 days. And we were sitting around 2 hours. 2 hours after I turned the TV on, we're sitting around like, damn, what the hell are we gonna do? And it was amazing because I had to pull out some books and read to the kids. We played some board games and shit. I got a back rub from wifey. I'm telling you, listen, when you turn that television off, you'd be surprised how much time you have to do things that you need to do.
Energy as well.
Energy, everything. Son, it was 2 hours. I'm sitting around like, oh, what are we gonna do now? Just 2 hours. So you know what I'm trying to tell you? Yes, that TV is addictive.
What about the radio?
The radio don't even turn the radio.
Just as bad.
That's worse.
Because when you listen to the radio, you got to formulate the image in your mind of what they're talking about.
Now,
And if they ain't talking about nothing,
here's the thing though, before videos came out, as I've said before videos came out, when you heard a song, you was able to allow your own imagination to interpret what the song meant for you. Now they telling you what the song means. By you turning on the TV and watching the video, and that shuts down your own thinking process. You don't think no more. The video, this is what the video means. Right. Whereas before, you could just listen to the music and say, damn man, that song, to me, that song mean this. This brother, nah, that song mean that. And so forth and so on. Now they're telling you this is what the song means. Right. And when you're talking about synchronization, now you humming the words and they're giving you the visual material objects that they're talking about so you can visual. So now all your shit is linked up. You got radio and video at the same time linked up, fucking your thought process. I'm here breaking down to show you that it's an illusion so that you could be in it but not of it. You could pop in the Kanye album and appreciate the way them beats is banging and appreciate the inkling of something positive that he has to say and delete the rest of it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. You have to be able to filter because ain't none of us perfect. You know what I'm saying? So when he drops a hot album, take it for what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? But don't let it become your life. You gotta write your own story. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. And it's not too much positive out there anyway. So when Kanye says something like, Bush don't like black people, it's like a major event. It's like he said something like that.
That's right.
Because ain't nobody else saying it. At least he had the balls to say it.
That's
You know what I'm saying? And listen, the story ain't over yet. We gotta monitor him over the next 3 or 4 years. That's what it's about. Because they don't forget nothing. Let's see how this all plays out.
Say it again. Say it again.
So let's see how this all Because he got an X on his back now.
he's on the cover as Jesus.
He's on the cover as Jesus. As I broke down last time, I said Kanye means king. You know what I'm saying? And he's king of the West. He's Kanye West. That's king of the West. And I also put that in the book of Revelations, they said Jesus will come in the last days when everything is all falling down. His first single was All Falls Down, followed by Jesus Walks. Okay? His first single that he put out independently was Through the Wire, was talking about his near-death experience and resurrection. He made 3 versions of Jesus Walks.
Okay.
3 wise men, you know what I'm saying? Spirit, Father, Son, the Holy Ghost. I'm trying to show you where this is going.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying? So they're doing these rituals in the music.
It's in everything.
And if you don't pay attention, you will never know. So Kanye means king, his last name is West. And he made the statement, and I quote, I am the one that the world has been waiting for. In the West, who they been waiting for? Jesus. That's who Nicholas is waiting for. Let's just be real about it. You know what I'm saying? So understand it's a lot of symbology in the music. A lot of things going on. BET, Black Exploitation Television. He broke down that TV, that altar, and BET is heaven. Niggas want to die spiritually to go to heaven. Because niggas will do anything on TV. They want, nigga will, that buck down, all kinds, just as long as I'm on TV, I feel I have an existence. I feel I belong. I feel my life means something. Because you see half of the things on TV, like, bro, how could you get on TV and do that? Flav. How do you do this shit? Because being in the Matrix is better than being in the real world. At least you in the Matrix. At least you have an existence. At least I'm somebody. That's how they see it. Niggas will do anything to be on TV. Yes.
I just wanted to say this to the people, to our brothers and sisters again. White folks don't forget nothing. Okay? When you think white folks forget anything, look up 80.
It had to happen. Every tape, man. Every tape you get a siren going through.
Chase the French out of 80. Right?
Every
England,
lecture.
France, Australia, all of them still kicking 80s ass today. Right? So connect the dots. Connect the dots.
I want you to talk about this Negro right here. This dude left Bad Boy when he was so loyal to them, and then he gonna sign with G-Unit.
Reverend Murray Mace.
Mason Bethel.
Or Mason.
Mason, of course.
Okay, Mason, and he went right up into the church. Right? Because most of them reverends are what?
Masons.
That's right.
Understand what's going on here.
Connect the dots, man.
Connect the dots. That's all you gotta do is connect the dots. And I swear in the window shopping video, you look like a faggot. 50, you know what I'm saying, buying them drinks and buying them diamonds and shit. Putting it on his neck for him and all that. And he got that big ass milkshake and he walking like that. Pay attention. Pay attention. Now he's with G-Unit.
He still got his church.
And he still got his church. But see, you know, so I gotta respect that because if you're gonna be the reverend and you're gonna screw all the women in the church, at least keep it real. Yeah? So on Saturday he's mixed murder, on Sunday he's reverend. You know the reverends is hitting. Come on. He's just bringing it out in front. Let's keep it real. So we're gonna keep our eye on this. Real key, we're going to keep our eye on Mace for the next couple of years. We want to know what's good with that. All right. Well, I broke them down before. These are two major players, and they all got political movements now, so you got to really watch that. You know what I'm saying? Hustle Simmons and P. Diddy and shit. Watch them boys real close. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not a representation of me. Nigga, you make how much million and you gonna come and like you wanna struggle with me? We not the same tax bracket no more. You hanging out with white boys and corporate you Republican. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly
But they're the agents that are allowed to walk amongst us and get our vote. And see, the reason they never chose what political party they just said vote or die or something like that.
They never took
They was telling them white people that our vote is for sale. They can swing it either way. They said, yo, son, I can swing this either way. How you want it. I'm just showing you, look at the power I got, look at the people I got. You know what I'm saying? So be careful with the people that you call your leaders.
But why you said Republicans? There's no difference.
I just said that to say it like, you know, par say, it ain't no damn different. All right, I brought these three brothers up because at one point they was trying to create their own distribution. Now they put out nigga music, let's be real. They ain't putting out nothing positive, But just because these guys was trying to get together to create their own distribution system, they were very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Because the distribution is where all the money is made. That's what you fucking with real Italian money now, shit. You know you don't mess with their money. So they brought all of them up on charges. You know what I'm saying? That's Jay Prince,
Irv Gotti.
Irv Gotti, and like I said, watch the names you choose. If you choose a name like Irv Gotti, expect to be prosecuted.
That frequency, man.
Makes sense to me.
That's right. The nigga frequency.
Records and shit. Oh, that's Suge Knight.
You killed Tupac.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the guy that. Oh.
Yeah. And he ain't gonna snitch. We got into the whole snitch thing earlier. Yes, youngster. What's your name?
My name's Akeem.
Akeem, all right, bro.
I don't know if it's off the subject, but I think that people are trying to help the youth wrong.
Okay.
Because like some people try to help the youth by putting them in lectures, boring lectures. It's like the first day they remember the whole lecture, 2 weeks later they remember some of it. The other day like they remember a little bit of it, and then the other days it's gone. Like if we like me and him, we're in here learning this. This is exciting, and we can remember it.
Cool, cool.
So like if Public Enemy came out with another, like I listen to Public Enemy all the time. My dad gave me the CD, and I just started listening to it like 2 weeks ago.
Right.
And so I don't turn on 107.9 anymore. So like if Public Enemy came out with another CD and put it on the radio, then if people start to actually listen to it, they'll probably change, because Public Enemy was an awesome group to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's an understatement. I'm with you on that. If you said that means that I'm doing my job.
That's right.
Because this is about you. This ain't about these old 4 still be This is about you, because you can make change. So when we get together, I want you to be able to be who you are, enjoy this information, because you're going to be the one that takes it. So you know something? Something about what Black Dot said is going to put me on the right track so I can do, because you're the one who got to make change. A lot of people don't know in the early 80s, 95% of the revolutionaries that was in South Africa was 18 and under.
Of course. It's always been the youth.
You see what I'm saying?
Revolutions have always been driven by the youth. Yeah.
Older men for counsel, younger men for war, older men for counsel. That's what the Bible said. So we're here to counsel and guide you along, but you're the one who's going to be taking heads. Mentally, physically, and spiritually. That's you. All right? All right, let's move along. Oh, Lyor Cohen.
Liar Cohen.
Lyor Cohen.
Right.
Now, I brought them up because they control hip-hop. They're some of the controlling factions.
Who are they?
Lyor Cohen and Jimmy Iovine, the one who runs
Interscope Records.
Interscope Records with 50 Cent, Eminem, Dr. Dre, Aftermath. Watch these dudes, they Satanists. They are.
You can look at them and
By nature.
So I say that to say they understand who you are. And they're going to counter that because they control your thoughts. Because if they only allow certain songs to ever be recorded, then that's all you have. So don't sleep on the architects.
That's why they make mixtapes and they mainly don't come out. Like,
Of course, why would they?
They have no reason.
Okay, so understand these cats right here. I'm not going to get too deep into it. I just want to move it along. These are some of the super producers. The drummers. When we're ready for war, these are the drummers. You know what I'm saying? These are the ones who can tap in and bring that music out. And they can, listen, they're just as responsible as the rapper. You know what I'm saying? Even more so, because that music sets the tone for everything. And they're being used. They used Dr. Dre to create 3 different empires. NWA, they beat that nigga over the head. Eazy-E took him and started Death Row. Beat him over the head, and now he started Aftermath. Without Dre, none of them corporations exist on that level. Let's keep it real. He's the beat maker. In the Matrix, they call him the key maker. That's the beat maker. All right? Understand what we're talking about.
Gatekeeper.
The gatekeeper, okay? The beat maker, the one who taps in.
So did you just say any insane thing?
Fuck Snoop. Let's give it a real short answer. Fuck Snoop. Nah, we'll deal with it. These are the video directors. These are the ones who help paint that picture that you see. And they all showing the same video.
They all make the same video.
They all make the same video. It's Groundhog's Day. Same video over and over. Get some women, take your clothes off, show the crack of your ass. Niggas iced out walking by. Niggas got the rims, you know what I'm saying? I could be a video director and that's what it's about.
Right.
This ain't no genius behind this. Some of them get a little creative, but understand, watch the ones who are putting these images out. Don't let them go undetected. That's why I put their faces up. From now on, when you start seeing videos, write down the name of who directed that video. A lot of them are also in them secret societies and they'll throw imagery around, you know what I'm saying, that you may not be able to pick up, but they're conveying and talking to each other. Understand, a lot of that secret society, Mason shit is not about written words, it's about images and glyphs.
Yeah.
They speak a language that has nothing to do with words.
Yes, sir. Teach.
Okay, so understand that. Okay, these are the mixed DJs. This is a phenomenon now. It used to be separate industry. That was represented on the underground. It had nothing to do with what was being corporate. Now, all the corporate labels do what? Give their music to these niggas. And these niggas plump their records so the corporations can make more money. It used to be two different industries. Underground was for them underground artists who didn't want to record with them corporate dudes. They kept it on the underground, and these producers are the one, right. Now it's one system. It's one whole system. The corporations want to break a new artist, they send a record to one of them, they download this program called Underground. Let's go right here. Let's download the Underground program. I want to produce him. And they download, they send them records, and they pump it, and you think you getting some exclusive underground shit, and it was sent by the overground. It's all one now when it used to be two separate entities. That's all I'm trying to say. All right, so now it's all one. And you can thank 50 for that. Partially because he the one who took the cash. He was the underground king. Had a name. He was check this fly shit out. He was going on tour and never even had an album out. He was going on tour off mixtapes, unheard of. His mixtapes was so powerful and it was reaching so many people. He was on tour with mixtapes. And then they gave him an offer he couldn't refuse. Gave him that $1 million, which ain't nothing. And he sold out. Now there's no more. That's it. Alright, these video games that you young guys play. Listen, I'm only going to be brief with it.
Sucks.
Listen, we in an era now with these youth. See, when we was young, we went out and played. Bring the Libya, touch football, run, catching kids, all kind. We was very active as youth. Now, kids are sitting here like this, getting fat, working their fingers with video games. They don't go outside no more and stuff like that. We're in a different era now. We're in a computer era, a generated era, where now these images, and I understand this too, our youth have the ability to tap in and bring images into a reality. You know what I'm saying? Our imagination is what enables us to bring things into reality. So what if youngster taps in, he playing video games so much, all he can do is tap in. If he, you know what I'm saying, he can't bring a beast down to help fight this white dude or bring an energy down, he gonna bring down Busta Rhymes. He gonna bring down 50 Cent, because that's all these video games is playing. He tapping in like that. And another thing, white people are playing Halo. They conquering planets. That's their mentality. Even when they playing games, it's to conquer us. What we playing? Grand Theft Auto. We on some hood shit, niggas. This is shit we playing. We on some earthly realm nothingness. Even when they playing games, their mentality is to conquer your ass. They go on to different planets because that's what white people do. They travel, they conquer a town, a city. They move on, they conquer another town, another city. Parasites. Yeah. Yeah, they're parasites. So understand that that's what that is. And I wanted to show some of the video vixens. because especially down here in Atlanta. This shit is, I mean, you know, it's strip clubs everywhere. We going a little later. That's bullshit. I'm gonna keep it real. We ain't touched, we did some nigga shit while we here, but we ain't touched no strip club. We just been hanging out having a good time. But the point I'm trying to make is, we have made this into something that's accepted. When chicks used to strip, they kept that on the low.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They kept it on the low, like, yo, if they was trying to pay their way through college or something, now it is a profession.
Yes, it is.
It's a job.
To brag
And they
about,
come out and tell
man.
you I strip. Yeah, that's right.
Right? Proud of
Like,
that.
that's some shit to be proud of now.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? And down here, this has got to be the damn capital.
Yes, it is.
Clubs everywhere.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So now our women feel that it's okay to come out because this is how they make their money. It's disgusting.
They get a license here.
Oh, they get a license, a strip license.
What?
Yeah.
Get this
Oh,
Yes, they do.
Yeah, sir.
Get the fuck out of here. You mean you got to pay taxes on shit that You can't just shake that lappy tappy. That is the craziest shit I ever heard. That is crazy.
license.
Back soon you're gonna need a license to sell drugs. You gotta pay your taxes on being a drug dealer. But we know the pharmaceutical company is the biggest drug dealer.
Niggas ain't gonna do it then. Right.
The people told me if I don't work and she straight up tells that, say if I sold drugs, they can charge me. There's a charge for saying pharmaceutical distribution. If she tells it to the
Did
prosecutor.
she tell that to the...
I heard that. I said, man,
Wow.
In order to correct the situation, they ain't gonna lock you up, but they gonna get their little piece off of what you doing.
Basically, well that's what America's doing. They just want their PC, and they good. We know you killing your own people, but I just want my PC. And last but not least, there's a boom in black literature. You know, we writing a lot of books, but this is the shit we write. You know what I'm saying? We're not writing nothing progressive anymore. We're writing about pimps, hoes, drugs. This is a phenomenon. I'm from uptown. You walk down Harlem, it's a book stand on every corner, and they got one little section of consciousness. About that big. And a lot of them out there tell you, I can't survive if I don't sell this.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying? So I'm not knocking the guys on the street peddling per se, but understand this is a science. They know black people are reading now, so we're going to give you this trash to read in an abundance. And last but not least, I'm going to say you need to pick that up. Thank y'all, and I always end my lectures by saying this is the Black Dot, these are my chronicles, this is my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Anytime you want to come to another lecture, there's a spot that I just got in Decatur that we're going to start doing lectures. You can always invited back here.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Whatever, just make contact with the people. This lecture me and Black Dot did together in the House of Consciousness in New York and Harlem. This is in November? December. This is his 6-hour lecture on some of the stuff you've seen today. 6 hours, you can't beat that. And he's breaking it down on a metaphysical plane. All right? This is the lecture that I think he introduced me. This is my lecture, The Pacify Antidote, with him and Sarnetta on it. I think this is 4 hours long. So you can pick it up at the table over there. His book is on sale over there. Get some food. We want to thank Ross. Give it up for Ross. Get some food. Enjoy each other's company, and we're just going to be here for a minute. All right? You can sign some books, autograph before your Dr. Lamar stuff is over on the table. Also, what do you got over there?
A couple of the metaphysicals, Egyptology, it's like a collaboration of a couple of
Oh,
so there's information over there for everybody.
It's another book. I'm promoting this brother right here. Brother Dasheen, he's got a sci-fi hip-hop book out. So when I showed you this, there is a few brothers that's bringing something positive out. Sci-fi hip-hop, and it's called The Roofer. I got a couple of those on the table too. So if you're tired of the same old mundane, some of our brothers are tapping in and bringing you information that's worth your while. So get on that, definitely.
I wanna make it feel funky for you. Make a little beat, nothing simple, nothing fancy. Wanna make it simple and funky for you. I wanna make it feel funky for you. Make a little beat, nothing simple, nothing fancy. Wanna make it simple and funky for you. Listen to my beat, it's a beating hot. Now listen to my heartbeat, beating real funky. Now listen to my heartbeat, beating real funky. Now wanna make it feel funky for you. 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 Make a little beat, nothing simple. Now wanna make it feel funky for you. Make a little beat, nothing simple. Now wanna make it feel funky for you. Make a little beat, nothing simple. Now wanna make it feel funky for you. Make a little beat, nothing simple. Now wanna make it feel funky for you. Make a little beat, nothing simple. Now wanna make it feel funky for you. Make a little beat, nothing simple. Now wanna make it feel funky for you. Make a little beat, nothing simple, nothing fancy.